Author of a #1 New York Times best-selling book. Yes, there it is, the Russian hoax. Yeah, Greg Jarrett, congratulations. The illicit scheme to clear Hillary Clinton and frame Donald Trump. Joe DiGenova is with us. Sarah Carter, investigative reporter, is with us. Good to see you all. Sarah, let's start with the news. It's now literally Bruce Orr, Christopher Steele are creeping right into Bob Mueller's office. The ever so ethical Andrew Weissmann. How interesting. We've talked so much about him.
Oh, and, you know, Bruce Orr, all of these revelations came from the emails and notes that Congress was able to obtain because of their oversight authority to find out what was really going on. And all of a sudden, here is Andrew Weissmann once again. Before he joins Mueller's team, he's in communication with Bruce Orr. He's head of the crime fraud division, and he knows everything that's going on, Sean. And he's relaying that information, obviously, to somebody else. This is why Congress wants an investigation. This is why Congressman Meadows sent a letter to Attorney General Jeff Sessions demanding that John Huber, the prosecuting attorney, and Inspector General Michael Horowitz investigate Bruce Orr, his connections with his wife, that conflict of interest, his communications with Andrew Weissmann. And
what about declassifying these documents, which I hear Go ahead.
Yeah, this is even bigger. According to a number of sources that I've spoken with, and President Trump himself actually told this in an interview yesterday, that he said that they are seriously considering declassifying the 20 pages of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act warrant that have been redacted by the DOJ. I call these Rosenstein's FISA. Why? Because Rosenstein signed off on the last FISA, and that's critical. These are the 20 pages of the Carter Page FISA that they do not want to come out. And why? Because there is information in there that there has been a fraud perpetrated on the court, on the secret court.
And the fraud would be the FISA warrant was it. That's all they had. Now, let me go to Joe DiGenova, and then we'll get to Greg. This now, if that is in fact true, the next question will be, did they ever make an effort to verify or corroborate? I think the answer will be, at best, limited and no, which means that they purposely committed a fraud on 4 FISA court judges, that they politicized the Department of Justice and the FBI. Where do we go from there, Joe?
Well, see, here's the problem. It's fairly obvious that a fraud was committed on the court. All of this evidence is there. There isn't any doubt about it. So the question is, why isn't Huber conducting a grand jury on this? He was supposed to be looking at this in Uranium One. Well, in Uranium One, he didn't even interview Doug Campbell, who is our client, Victoria's client. The bottom line here is we cannot trust the department under Rosenstein, who, by the way, no longer he's got a big problem with FISA personally, and that's under investigation.
He signed the last one.
Yeah, but it's worse than that. He's now under investigation, and he can't do FISAs anymore. The bottom line is this: Rosenstein.
Joe, he's under investigation.
Rosenstein is under investigation for things that involve the FISA warrants. And here's the key thing. Sessions is out of all of this. He can't do anything. So where are we in the department? We have a mess of such proportions that there is nothing that can be done about it. I do not trust at this point that the Inspector General, who has no subpoena authority, is going to be able to get to the bottom of this. He is, in fact, right now investigating Rod Rosenstein's role in the FISA warrant process. So Rosenstein can't have anything to do with the FISA process
you know that
anymore.
Joe, I had not confirmed that myself. Sarah, have you?
No, I have not confirmed that. I have heard that.
Joe?
Bottom line is, you know, we all talk to people, and that's what I know, and I'm happy to say it. It's a tragedy for where the department is. The department is in very bad shape right now. It is in free fall. Sessions is completely disengaged from this. It is a travesty of immense proportions. Wow. And here's what we have to do. Congressman Meadows' request is very important. He deserves all kinds of medals for pursuing this. What we need to do is the members of Congress from both the House and the Senate need to demand that there be a federal grand jury investigation to all of the FISA processes, to everything that was done around it before the election, and everything that was done in it after the election, which involved lying to the FISA court. This is now so dangerous to the country that this could be going on. And with that editorial today in the New York Times, that's subversion. What you are reading in the New York Times editorial is subversion, that someone thinks that they can thwart an election.
The president must declassify these 4 sets of documents that Congress has been asking for, is entitled to, and the American public needs to see. If he does that, this will expose a level of corruption that by the government, the FBI and the Department of Justice, in targeting Donald Trump that will stun the American people. The president is being misled by the intelligence community. Maybe it's the DNI, maybe it's the FBI director, but I guarantee you that the information they claim is classified is not truly classified or top secret. If they order a
it doesn't have anything to do with
it should be classified and top secret.
So you are hearing what I'm hearing, what Sarah's hearing, and now Joe's taking it to another level. This will destroy.
It will. It will exculpate the president and incriminate the people at the Department of Justice and the FBI who used false intelligence knowingly to target the president of the United States to undo the election results.
Wow. Thank you all. Unbelievable night. Stay with us, though.